recap.
We're going.
I know. What did we do?
We picked up with the Inquisition at the Dirloch Keep's doorstep. We spent some time debating on a plan of what to do. We decided to have Saarebas and Noctis go to the chapel to keep Dove safe in the nursery while Syretia and Voheim go to meet the Inquisition on the battlements with Elmander and Shurston. We all agreed on that plan. Negotiations with the Inquisition was stalling as Captain Reinhardt appears and Syretia flashes the Inquisition mark as the unit that they saved speak up for them. Well, one was for them, another person was against them. Syretia was also making shots at the patrolman who ran off like a coward. She was very vocal about
Verbally
that.
eviscerated him in front of his friends.
Well,
Yeah.
First she made metaphorical shots, then later literal.
Yeah. I wrote a note that says Syretia lays into him in a way that would make Everin proud.
Yeah.
That's an actual note I wrote down.
You wrote that
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
We eventually get away while Elmander stalls, and the Inquisition forces their way in. That's the last note I wrote. I stopped writing notes, I guess, because I got focused.
We were down in the keep. Do you have something, Annie?
Yeah. You forgot about when Noctis gave his motivational speech.
That's right.
That too. Yeah.
Noctis was able to get the students to rally together and leave together down into the hold. We all grouped back up because Elmander was making sort of a veiled comment about there being something down in the hold. So we started making our way that direction. But before we could get down there, there were soldiers who were climbing up via a ladder into a breach into the wall, into the keep. So we managed to shove one guard just back out. There was one guy down at the end of the hallway. We were able to hit him with an arrow, then knock him out. Then there was a poison knife-wielding guy who's being controlled by Malice, who took 3 of us down because we were already low health, and he was just going crazy. Between the poison damage and the slashing damage, it was like 40 points of damage. And then, luckily, Saarebas was able to heal us after Odie got the killing blow on Knife Guy, just ripped his frickin' throat out, which was impressive. We all got rezzed. We make our way down there. Lo and behold, there is our good friend in wolf form with Dove hiding sort of in the shadow. Or no, they didn't have Dove. Shurston had Dove and was trying to keep the Inquisition back. Remind me the name of the main dude. Sir... Reinhardt, that's right. Reinhardt and his little stool pigeon, they're over there, and things start getting heated. And then fighting ensues. The wolf jumps onto Soy Boy, and basically, he doesn't last more than 20 seconds. He's gone. Deserved. He poked the bear. He fricked around. He found out. And then we were able to say, all right, Reinhardt, you're cool. We're not going to kill you. Just frickin' leave. We're going to be down in the hold. We're kind of trapped anyways. Just leave. Gentleman's agreement. He walks off. We all get down there. And the students are all down there kind of confused, like what's going on. We were able to bring all those students with us, the wizard students who followed us. We managed to survive the escort mission safely. Even if we all went down, at least the people we're protecting didn't. So that's a win in my book. And then a tense exchange between Noctis and Syretia happened. And then shortly after, a surprisingly relaxed and laid-back conversation between Voheim and Saarebas. And that's kind of where we left off.
And then we did breathing exercises after our fight.
Yes.
And Syretia's hearing voices, which I'm going to only assume is Mal talking in her ear because she's becoming something she shouldn't be. So, yeah. And that's scary. And I don't like it.
As you
It's
stand,
scary.
as you stand in the dungeons that you have visited the night prior, you see the corpses of your recent kills. Some of the mages are poking at the dead basilisks, studying the dead Kruthiks, and trying to find respite in the numerous cells and rooms in the dungeon. You get some looks as arguments got heated, as discussions were made very public, but they all focus their attention on Evangeline, who is instructing a number of students and Templars alike to hold a barrier to fortify the collapsed entrance to the dungeons. So her and Shurston balance shepherding their people on top of Soothing Dove, who is crying in distress. Back up the stairs the way you came, past the rubble, you can hear a very muffled voice of the Seeker, who can be heard shouting for his men. Blow it open. Get down there. Gatlock. The voice sounds muffled through all of the boulders and the magical barrier that has been blocking their way, blocking their entry, making you safe for the time being. Though Shurston states that no one can stay here for very long, and that we must find a way forward. Amidst everyone's worrying, everyone catching their bearings, you notice Bodan alone, looking around. And as this dwarf stands looking around, worried, he meets the four of your gazes.
Bodan, is everything okay?
Did you all happen to see where me boy ran off to?
No. Did you guys see him?
I did not. I kind of was busy.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, amidst everyone fleeing, he just kept muttering about his enchantments, and he wandered off.
So is he down here? Do you know that?
We got a bit separated, and I saw him walk down the staircase there, but I couldn't make out where he went.
Okay. So he is down here. We don't have to worry about him being out there.
No, I just never been down here, and from what I hear from the others, it can be quite dangerous. Sandal can take care of himself, but if you could please keep an eye out for him.
We'll watch for him.
Always.
I'm sure he's fine, but we'll keep an eye out for him.
Much appreciated. I'd go look myself, but I'm not much of a fighter, you see.
Well, the world needs people like you just as much as it needs people like us.
Oh, very kind of you to say.
Yeah.
Well, if you happen to find him, please send him back here. I could use his help.
Yeah, we'll do that. Don't worry. DM, I have a question.
Okay.
Who was the student that was touching Syretia's shoulder and she, like, jerked away from because she thought it was someone else? Was that...
That would be Neil Bamul.
Okay, can she go look for him?
One of the apostates. Yeah.
Yeah,
he it's not very hard to find him. He's in this area of the dungeon if you look on Owlbear.
Okay.
And You can see that a couple of the other students are comforting him as he is actively vomiting into a bucket.
Oh, great. Hi, is this a bad time?
Oh, no time like the press. This man's a mess.
I just wanted to apologize, Neil, for how earlier. I didn't realize that was you. I thought it was something else.
Oh, no, don't worry. You can see he's like closing his eyes really tight, trying to keep it in.
Just let it out.
Sorry.
Just.
I'm just so stressed.
I know, it's very
About
stressful. I just wanted you to know I didn't mean that. So I wanted to say sorry.
It is okay.
It's not,
okay.
but I appreciate that. Just wanted to say that while we still have a minute.
You have no need to apologize. It is the most excitement we've had in a long time. You can tell he's like a mess.
Okay,
His
well,
face looks very pale.
you should just let it out. I'm gonna go rejoin my friends, and I'll let your friends help you with...
One question before you go.
Of course, yeah. What?
When you went down here, did you happen to find a way out?
Well, we were
No.
working on that. We didn't exactly go super far. We cleared it out and then came back, and then when we came back, that's when the whole Inquisition mess started.
Well, you did better than any of us could have.
I don't know about that. But, well, we're back down here. We're gonna get us out one way or another.
Well, that's good. And he vomits again.
Okay, I'll leave you guys to it, and then she's gonna go rejoin her party.
I have a question above game for Annie regarding the journal that we found. I keep forgetting. I feel bad. What all that journal entailed? Was it just sort of meandering journal entries, or was there anything of significance about the
one you found in
dungeon
Session 3?
area? Yeah, was there anything of note, anything of special interest as to why it stopped their excavations? Did they find anything dangerous? Did they find anything good, etc.?
So, the journal you found was from someone named Rupert de Ostadillo, and it was detailing how the previous inhabitants of Dirloch worked for Orlesian lords and were instructed to begin mining the deposits beneath the hold. But they were in constant fear of the surrounding Dalish clans and the anxiety over whether or not the lords would even fulfill their promises for all this hard labor. But they were promised a quiet, early retirement if they could fulfill their contracts.
Were there any details as to what they were mining?
No.
Just
But
deposits?
there was another note that you found about one of the miners complaining that another one of their co-workers kept winning games of like gambling after hours,
Mm-hmm.
and was stealing all their gold. Signed you, and it was a bragging note from someone initialing UV.
Okay. That was just it's been so long since that I couldn't remember if there was any details about this underground area that would be useful. But thank you.
I'll tell you freely since you would have those journals in your possession still.
Right. I believe Annie picked that up.
I know that was 4 sessions ago.
Been a minute.
Real world weeks.
It's been a long time. So again, looking kind of on Owlbear, are people sort of milling around these initial rooms, or have people spilled into the rotunda?
Yeah, so if you look at Owlbear, I assume everyone has it open.
Yep.
So most of the people are in here and in these rooms trying to get their bearings. It's very crowded, actually. But there are a few students in this rotunda area that you can also explore.
Okay.
There's definitely more people
Voheim
down here.
is going to seek out Evangeline and Shurston.
Okay, they'd both be in that opening area.
Okay. Voheim would approach and address both of them and say,
I understand that we must act with haste, given our present circumstance. Luckily, Saarebas had the play to collapse their initial entrance, but that won't hold them for long. Not with the amount of war machines and breaching tools that they have.
Well, we thank them dearly for that. That'll slow them down a bunch, but as much faith as I have in my students, they can't hold that barrier forever, and eventually, if I'm hearing this right, the Gatlock will blow through the rubble.
You are more than likely correct. I propose that myself and my companions keep making forward progress, keep clearing as much of this place as we can. Who knows what we may find?
Then you better make haste. But don't overdo it. There could still be dangers down here. After all, you said you didn't clear out the entire dungeon.
This is true. It's a matter of facing dangers unknown in front of us or facing a known danger behind us.
Well, then you better get to work. We'll keep the people here safe, comfortable, and we'll be ready to move out whenever you find a way forward.
Is there anyone else around right now?
Pretty much everybody.
Okay.
Everyone that made
Saarebas
it
is
through.
going to ask to have Shurston and Evangeline speak with the party in private.
Okay. Absolutely. The only person accompanying them is Dove.
Okay, so could we find like a room to all settle up in while we
I'd say you could find a quiet spot in the rotunda away from people.
Okay, yeah, I will recommend we do that because we have a lot
Okay.
to debrief before we ended up moving out.
Mm-hmm. We are dealing with a lot of uncertainty here. The four of you have a plan?
Before anything else, we have matters to discuss.
Certainly. Nowhere else to go.
I'm sure you were aware of the strange forces chasing the child.
Evangeline just goes, I was pursued by this darkness the moment I set sail out of Navarra.
Well, it is difficult to explain, but that force, the reason you found us so bedraggled at the beginning of the day was because that same force assaulted us.
What do you mean?
It pulled us forcibly into the Fade.
It's
A demon of malice.
Yeah. It's convinced that Dove is dangerous, and it's going after Dove because it's scared of what she could do to beings of the Fade.
A demon of malice. But there's no such thing.
No, there is. We saw it.
It is
I
true.
mean,
It could be
very
simply,
spooky.
it could be telling falsehoods and be a demon of another variety, but regardless, it appears the inquisitorial forces chasing us has been in some way or another corrupted by its influence.
Hmm.
Wait. And Shurston steps forward. If I'm understanding this correctly, you're saying people are susceptible to this demon,
Mm-hmm.
whether they're aware of it or not.
Indeed.
Yeah.
One of the guards back there was being controlled by him. So
Either on purpose or more likely seeking those who deal in malice and death and sort of piggybacking onto them.
Well, shit. And then Evangeline just goes, like, Not to worry. We were very selective with the students we admitted here. None of them seem prone to violence. With any luck, we should be safe from it.
Just
Allow me to be blunt then. As long as the child remains with us, the other students are in grave danger.
it's not gonna
We should.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, we should perhaps, if or when we find a way out of here, send the students somewhere safer.
It would break Elmander's heart to leave Dirloch, but
I don't think you have a choice anymore. Not with that going on up there.
yes, I understand our options are limited at this point. Hopefully this passage can lead somewhere where we can find a new start.
Almander seemed to believe that there was something down here of significance.
Magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
He spoke of it little to me.
Okay. Well, it's worth a shot.
Well, at the time, there was no easy path down this direction, so perhaps he simply didn't want to raise false hopes. As far as I'm concerned, the whole thing is a blasted question mark, still to this moment.
And perhaps answers lie further in.
Let's hope so.
As for my
That's-
part, I am perfectly content to forge ahead and see what we can find.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is as far as you made it?
Yeah.
It's wait. Yeah, that is as far as we made it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Just yeah, unfortunately it is.
Your efforts are appreciated.
We came back
I
to
know we
take
are
a
nothing-
rest and this all happened before we could go further.
I can see you've done some good work, and as she admires the curled up, almost like a dead spider, corpses of Kruthiks surrounding you.
Saarebas is going to peer into the grate and see what's like down there anymore.
There are still embers from when you last dismantled the nest.
Amazing.
It's
Sure, it
quiet.
smells terrible.
Yeah, it reeks. Well, who knows how long this dungeon goes on for. Though we
Well-
appreciate your efforts, I must say I'm uncertain of what further dangers lie ahead.
Tell me something. What do you know of these Orlesians? Were they intelligent or were they fools?
I'm not sure. It's surprisingly not very well documented. The journals we found, the context clues around the keep, I'm not sure. Bit full of themselves if you ask me, but no one deserves what happened to them.
What happened to them? Did they just die?
Yes, that's just it. They seem to up and have vanished. Wiped out in a single stroke. Not even very
That
many signs of
sucks.
struggle.
That's a big oof for them. That's for sure.
So, as you continue this conversation with the two ladies, you look around at your options. If you look on the battle map on Albert, you can see a very faint bit of torchlight coming from this direction. You see nothing but shadows from this hallway, and there is a actually very prominent blue glow being emitted from this direction.
Oh, Lord.
I think it's prudent to check out the northeast section first. That's the one that's most interesting. But what do you guys think?
The
I'm
blue
sorry,
glow.
I don't know
Yeah.
direction.
The blue glow. Yes, I would agree.
Okay.
Okay.
I
But
guess
I
we're
was-
doing blue glow.
When I was but a lad, my mom taught me that if I was ever lost down in the tunnels, to stick out my right hand, place it against the wall, and follow it till I found my quarry. I recommend we do the same.
Does it
Okay.
work?
Awesome. I think
Of course
that.
it works.
I mean, if he's still alive,
I suppose.
I say it worked.
That's not usually how I track things, but sure.
I cannot hear you, Syretia.
Sorry,
Please
I
speak up.
just said that's. Sorry, I just said. She said it's like that's not how I usually track things, but sure, I'll try something new.
Well, that's because you probably use your eyes. But down under Orzammar, sometimes light isn't necessarily something well at hand, so you have to use your other senses to find it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Never thought about it like that.
So as you guys are discussing and approaching this hallway, amidst whisperings amongst all of these mages, very low volume environment. You can hear the muffled shouting in the background. You can hear the attempts at using gatlock barrels to blow through. But the volume is very quickly cranked up as you hear screams.
Uh-oh.
Shadows are cast on the wall in this hall, and screams are heard within as a number of students are sprinting away out of this blue luminescence, fleeing in terror. And the last one out, an elven apprentice, is suddenly crushed beneath the weight of a massive boulder, killing her instantly, crushing her entire upper section.
Okay.
Everyone
it
backs
black?
away. You can see this is just one single, relatively rounded boulder that appears to have been thrown at her.
Oh.
No, don't like that.
Well, guys, this doesn't seem good.
Saarebas is going to run over and throw the boulder off of her.
Make a strength check.
Well, hold on. Sorry. Are the other students made it out?
Rather.
Yes. So that was like the person at the tail end.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 students ran out, and then the last one was crushed.
Is Mac around?
Not that you see,
Okay.
though.
Bummer.
Though you did assume that Hannon and him made it.
Okay. All right, go for it. In fact,
I would say you probably saw him wandering around like the opening area,
okay.
but you don't know where like
Can
exactly
I
he is.
give
Is what I mean.
Saarebas a help action so he gets advantage?
Sure. Go
I will
ahead and
not
roll athletics.
roll-
Actually,
I will not roll separate from you, Saarebas, but I want to give you advantage on this one because I like where your head's at.
Both of us rolling athletics, or
you are. You
Advantage.
Have, advantage.
all right. First one, it's a 21. Second one, that's a
That's about right,
nat 20.
yeah.
Let's go.
Natural 20.
Too little, too late. But
So, with a natural 20, unfortunately, it is most certainly too late for this person. Their hit points have been reduced to 0 instantly, and their entire upper to mid section has been blasted to bits.
Jeez.
Though with a natural 20,
was it crushed, or was she were they gibbed?
Oh. They were crushed.
you realize with how heavy this thing is, with all of your strength, you exert yourself and are able to lift this boulder off. And not only do you notice engravings upon this rock, as if someone had deliberately chiseled them in, you definitely feel like this is not the kind of rock that would be able to be lifted by any mere mortal. Only those of superhuman strength would be able to lift such a thing.
So even with all my power, I'm not able to get it off her, unfortunately.
You are, because you are like the 1%. You're a Chad, but this was definitely not meant to be a throwing weapon. It might even be unsuitable for a catapult or a trebuchet. It is immense.
Saarebas, I recommend we get the corpse off to the side, away from the eyesight of the other students.
As you say.
I would just recommend pulling them into one of these little cells, like to the immediate right of the entryway.
How old were they? How young did they look?
Hard to say given the state of the body, but you can assume middle-aged.
Damn.
You can see people are shuddering, backing away.
Voheim, a little bit heatedly, whips his head around after helping put the corpse away in the direction of the students who ran, I'm assuming sort of huddled together, and just says,
"All right, what did you do?"
We were just trying to go deeper where it's safer. Maybe find a way out, but it activated as soon as we got near.
What activated? Spit it out.
I could barely understand it, what it said. Everyone just started screaming.
Was it some kind of trap?
See, this person is in the middle of a full-blown panic attack.
Okay, what did you guys see before that happened? Anything? Did you hear anything, see anything, smell anything?
Well, we were just investigating the glow, and we found all these, stored barrels of lyrium, and there was just... it looked like a rock. Fennin.
Did you touch it? Did you go near it?
I don't know. It all happened so fast. I might have brushed up upon it. I'm not sure.
I want you to tell all the other students not to pass through into any of the other rooms beyond the rotunda until we have examined them, and especially don't touch the lyrium.
I understand. Please do be careful.
Out of character.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to ask what everyone's health was at out of character.
19.
11.
Okay, I'm actually still at full, so I'll take point on anything, so we can avoid anyone getting crushed. Unfortunately.
Voheim?
Cautiously?
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
All I ask is, are you peering into this chamber the hallway leads into?
If Saarebas starts moving in that direction, Voheim actually puts his hand out and says,
"If there's lyrium down there, I will be going first. Being as if it touches any of you, it could be lethal. But not me. And if I am crushed by a boulder, then it would appear that fate had in store for me what befell my parents, and life truly is a poem. To be crushed by the stone is not the worst of endings."
That's a very morbid way of looking at that, but okay.
If you think it
crushed
prudent,
by the stones.
then I will trust your judgment. And then I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and cast Death Ward with my new 4th level spell slot. So
Thank you.
The first time Voheim will drop to 0 health points, they instead drop to 1 hit point.
Okay,
Nice.
above game. This is a good time. Don't feel weird about expending your spell slots. Like, go nuts. I promise there will be a time to rest.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, Voheim, followed by your companions. I would say upon cautiously inspecting this chamber, I'll reveal the fog.
Yeah. Voheim does not have his weapon drawn. He's just
No.
walking like he's back home in Urzamar.
Well, no weapon needed, as you are greeted with a chamber filled with crates and barrels loaded with raw lyrium, as well as a number of other materials often found in caves.
Oh,
And
dangerous. It's so dangerous.
At the end of the chamber, you can see shifting, transforming into a smaller, more compact, resting form, a stone golem that you've only heard tales of, maybe only seen in pictures in lore books,
Oh my god.
as it has blue glowing lines of lyrium flowing through the rocks that encompass its body. You can see them all power off almost, as its one central eye fades away, and what appears to be nothing but a mere pile of stone rests at the back of the room, revealing a massive crack in the back of the room. Rays of blue light gleaming through.
It seems that our quarry might be further beyond, but I caution all of you, do not touch the lyrium. Walk into this room with the same reverence you would walk into a church. I'll go first. And, don't touch the golem either. Tempting, I know, but don't.
I wasn't tempted, but
I think Syretisha's just gonna silently put her hands in front of herself and just like clasp them together as if to like trying to keep her hands to herself. She's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna do it.
Real. That's literally me, just as Annie going to the store.
Despite like how crazy all of that was, Voheim is actually sort of has a contented smile on his face.
Roll me a, what would I call this? Roll me a perception check, I guess is what I'd call it.
Okay.
Everybody or just one person?
Anyone that wants to. I'd say everybody.
I would like to.
Everybody. Well, whenever somebody goes, anybody who wants to,
Womp womp.
everybody's
Womp womp.
going to. Give me 1 second.
Well, actually, maybe not Womp Womp. Hold on.
A little bit of womp womp.
Just a tad bit womp womp. Where's my character sheet? There
Better
you
than I
go.
thought, but still not the greatest. Syretia has 13.
13 for me as well.
Okay, 2 13s,
A 4.
a 4, and
14.
14. Okay. So, upon your rolls, you all advance slowly through the room. This golem appears deactivated, inert. But as you creep closer, you feel this sense of dread as you see a small handful of other bodies of mages you've once seen wandering the halls of Dirloch, scattered around the room. Blood trails, sending them careening at walls, splatters against the cobblestone. Others fully crushed by other boulders.
Mm-hmm.
And with a 13 and a 14, you get this sense that this foe might be beyond your capabilities.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that some investigation before approaching further might be of some great wisdom.
Voheim would say,
Based on the number of corpses down here, I would have to assume that this room was designed with this golem as its protector, to keep watch over the treasures. If what Evangeline said is true, and the Orlesians simply vanished one day, it wouldn't make much sense for them to deactivate their security system, now would it? So let's try not to trespass this, but everyone keep an open eye.
I would definitely want to roll investigation.
Okay. What are you investigating? The golem itself? The room?
I mean, it seems you said that there was a crack behind the golem, that this
You
blue
can
light was
investigate the crack.
emergency. Yeah, because it seems like that might be sort of the power source that activates this thing itself, because it glows with that blue energy. So I guess I'm investigating the power source of this golem.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, roll a... Yeah, I could call this either investigation or arcana.
I'll roll Arcana. It's the same number for both. It's a flat 0. So if it is 2B, it is 2B. If y'all want to roll as well, please do.
I'm here, by the way. I'm just gonna...
And I can also roll.
What? How's
Arcana.
my mods here?
Or investigation.
I'll roll
They're
an
the same.
investigation. Why
I'd say
not?
investigation or arcana would be...
I got a 14 for Arcana.
14?
No, nah. That's a 7.
13.
Voheim, ever the
13.
unmagical, rolled a 2 for Arcana. So
The non-magical
that checks
ones.
out.
Yeah, that
Oh,
checks
man.
out.
It would appear that this room is magical. I've deduced that there is magic afoot.
Yeah, this isn't really my expertise either, so I don't really know, unfortunately.
So what do we got? A 2, a 7, and a what?
14 and 13.
Okay. So you investigate the golem and the light being cast behind it. And how do I word this? You can see very clearly, no high DC required, that there is no connection between these two elements of what's in front of you. The light that you see could potentially be more deposits of lyrium. Or perhaps even moonlight.
Like outside?
And yeah,
Yes.
and the golem, with that roll, I'd say you're not quite sure what activates this golem,
Mm-hmm.
aside from proximity.
Okay.
And so, and there are, so on the map, is there a way to get all the way around this golem, or is it sort of, you have to sort of walk right to it in order to go around it?
It would definitely require a sleight of hand check to slip past this golem.
How big is the crack? Is it
The
like,
crack
big
is
enough
about
that somebody
person
could-
sized.
Hmm.
Like someone like Saarebas could fit through, and probably no bigger.
Perhaps we check out the other rooms before we
Yeah.
That might be
anything
prudent
here?
because this
Yeah.
might simply be a way of determining what lies beyond. But if it's proximity based, we have to get close to it to go around it. So we might want to backtrack. But we know that somewhere in that direction, there's something behind that. So if we sort of taper our exploration,
like
to try
I said,
and worm
a sleight of
around.
hand check could be rolled to try and squeeze by it, but just understand that every other mage following you will also have to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
As you have dedicated yourself to clearing the
Right.
path. So
Right. So, yeah, I say we go check out
Deal.
the other rooms first and see if there's anything else we can find and circle back
There
to
is
it.
mayhaps like that one secret magical thing in here somewhere.
Yeah.
As quickly and as safely as we can, I say let's leave this room be. We have no business with any of this lyrium, and I certainly have no business with the golem.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
okay. So you all carefully
We have
backpedal.
shadow or lantern.
You all backpedal out of this room, arriving back in the rotunda. Churston and Evangeline have calmed down the students, who appear to be congregating, awaiting your word from the main chamber, leaving the rotunda yours to investigate and proceed into one of two other hallways.
I mean, it sucks, but the nearest one is probably the darkened one, yeah?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one.
following Voheim's advice, Saarebas is gonna trace the wall with his right hand very seriously.
We can also get some light out, too. Like, you can do that. But, yeah, we can break out some light. I'm sure I probably have stuff in my... Yeah, I have tinder boxes and torch.
I
also
have
do
the light.
too.
I have the light spell, so I can just cast the light spell
That
on
works
on
too,
you guys.
yeah.
There you
If
go.
it's that dark, yeah.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
What are you gonna cast it on?
I'm going to cast it on. I can touch an object. I'll cast it on my hammer and use it as a fake torch.
Awesome.
Amazing.
I like it.
So you proceed down this hallway,
Yep.
Yeah.
the shadowy hallway. So, upon peering down this dark hallway, you see two rather shoddy-looking wooden doors blocking your way. But it's very thin, and if you could perceive anything, you'd perceive it right at the entrance, and it appears empty. Towards the end, you notice what appears to be some sort of grate.
With Saarebas's hammer, how far down into it can we see?
The light spell is 20-foot bright light radius and 20 feet dim after that.
So if we pass through these doors...
so you could see dim light all the way through.
Okay. Yeah, if we're clear down this hall, I'd like to get a look down that grate.
So, you look down the grate, and what you can see is what appears to be stairs bolted into the rock underneath, leading downwards. Below, you can see what appears to be an empty circular chamber.
All right, that's worth investigating later. But we have one more room. We have one more room to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this grate is just full blown, like it's welded and everything. Like this is not the place where people would normally pass up and down through it.
It has a latch that has what appears to be a crude lock on it.
So we could theoretically take the stairs down if we wanted to.
It doesn't seem that hard. Even a not very well seasoned thief could probably slip through.
Well, do we want to descend now or find out what's in the last path, clearing out any potential monsters to keep the rotunda safe?
I would want to check the other room just to be sure.
There's wisdom in that.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, so you want to double back again?
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the
Yeah,
last room.
and check the last room.
Totally fine, totally fine.
And then go back and investigate the other spaces once we know what we're dealing with.
Okay. So you advance into that room.
Mm-hmm. The one with the torches.
Okay. So I will reveal this in a moment. So you proceed through this room, which actually seems to have some light illuminating from it, as I said. This appears more like natural light. So one thing, or not natural, but like, normal, non-magical light. And the first thing you notice in front of you appears to be a cell with wrought iron bars going both horizontally and vertically. I did that backwards, but you know what I mean. And it appears like there is a massive hole. There's a gap, like something bursted through and bent the metal, flaying outwards.
Well, that's curious. What do you think could have done that?
So there's no damage to like the outside wall or anything. It's just like something that was inside. There's like a huge applied force to the bars itself.
Make an investigation check, just Voheim.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see how this goes. That is a 10 flat.
10 flat. Okay. Well, you can notice a series of scratch marks that appear something that you can assume to be rock against rock, leaving permanent indentations within the cell and its walls, until something appears to have burst through, almost like an explosion.
Which direction did the burst come from? Are the bars bent towards us?
From within, yeah, they're bent towards you. It came from within. Voheim, upon further inspection, as you peer forward, suddenly you are jump scared by a crooked, shadowy figure you recognize as Quintus, who leaps atop you.
Okay.
Deep, dark red gemstones that bend off out of his back as he scurries towards you. And just inches before he reaches your face, you're flashbanged to reality. Nothing but a vision.
Wow.
In reality, the cell is empty, but the bars are still indeed bent apart.
Voheim definitely would have, in that split second, would have definitely like grabbed for his axe like instinctively. And so the other party members would have seen him just like reflexively grab the axe.
But I'm assuming the rest of us didn't see that, right?
From the three of your perspectives, he's reacting to practically nothing.
I think Syretisha's gonna go for a moment. What is it? Did you see something?
Voheim, still gripping the axe handle, like looks around.
Are you okay?
Are you good?
Are you good?
Yes, I'm fine. I thought I was going to have to kill someone for the third time, and I was really confused for a second. But I think we're okay.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you're okay, but that's a crazy thing you just said out loud.
Yes,
Killing someone 3 times?
Yes, his name was Quintus. And, he was terrible. He was the worst. And I'm glad he's dead, but for some reason his ghost just keeps jumping out and scaring me every once in a while, evidently. No doubt being weaponized by our demonic friend.
I was gonna ask if Mal used him against you back in the Fade.
Well, he tried to, but I know when a battle is done, and I have no interest in going for a rematch when I know that there be no pleasure to it.
Yeah. Especially if you've already won.
That's right. I did blow up a giant vein of red lyrium and crush him to death, so I'm fairly certain he is no more.
You just said that so casually.
Well, it's the truth. He got my friend Rhaegar killed, so I killed him, so now we're all even.
I mean, an eye for an eye.
Well...
Or a person for a person. Who knows?
I agree with the sentiment, but that would be to say that Rhaegar and Quintus were on the same level, and that is most certainly not true.
Well, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, but one well-placed firebomb and a giant explosion does make a dwarf feel good.
I can only imagine.
Yes, well, I think something powerful was in this cell. That's all I know.
And that's probably a good assumption.
As you all are conversing and investigating the cell, you hear the shuffling of footsteps, like someone is kind of, stepping in place, rotating around from within this chamber. And upon looking in around the corner, you are met with the sight of a number of strange rock-like creatures littered across the ground, motionless, dead.
Are we inside so we can see the room, or is it still blacked out for us?
You can still see this. I'm about to reveal the room right now.
Patience.
As you see none other than Sandal standing over the motionless bodies of these creatures.
Oh my god.
As he turns to meet your gaze.
Oh, there you are, Sandal.
Hello.
You got him good, didn't ya?
Sandal,
Boom.
what did you do?
You heard the
Big
man.
boom.
Okay.
Boom.
And
we love to see it.
Syretia just has the most confused look on her face ever.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with Syretia. I'm standing back, with eyebrows raised, like, all right, what's going on here?
Well, your dad is looking for you.
Yeah, we told him we would send you back to him once we found you.
Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
But enchantment.
Did you get your enchantments back?
And he points at a number of tables, workbenches around this room. It's very clear that this is some kind of depot that the miners worked out of frequently. There are tools scattered about, as well as all sorts of chests with equipment of all sorts. Enchantment.
Oh, there's a lot
I'm
here.
gonna investigate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and take a look at some of these tables.
Yeah, me too.
I'll probably go to this one.
Hold on, do it again. Oh, okay.
Oops,
Okay.
I didn't mean to draw that.
That's fine.
I'll go to this
Leave
one
that
here.
there.
Backspace. There you go.
Is
I'm at
Sandal,
this one.
is he wounded at all? Is he any...
Not a scratch.
Saarebas is gonna kneel down and take a look at these stone creatures on the ground, while everyone else is looking at the tables.
All right. Do you want to make a investigation roll?
Yeah, considering I don't know the origin of these things, yeah, I may as well try that.
Go ahead.
Oof, only a 7.
A 7? You're not really sure how this creature can be any sort of animal you're familiar with, any sort of, creature. It appears like nothing but an assortment of rocks connected loosely by what seems to be some kind of flesh.
Ugh.
And Sandal just looks at you in the eyes. Rock monster!
Accidentally moving Sandal around. Oops. I moved it back.
Saarebas, stop playing with rocks. Don't you understand, boom?
Evidently not. And looking back and forth between Sandal and the rock monsters, still confusedly, I'll go check out the table as well.
So, there are 4 little points of interest. The first, Noctis, is an armor rack that you find yourself in front of, with a very particularly shiny sort of chain mixed with plate armor that you give me a history check, actually, see if you know what this is. Not a very high DC.
History. 22.
Nice. Smarty pants.
22. Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lay this in general chat. This is a set of mithril splint mail.
Oh, heck
Woohoo!
yeah. That's nice.
Got a couple of magic items in here.
Let's go.
This is definitely going to somebody that's not me because I'm pretty sure I can't wear armor.
Mm-hmm. The other 2 pieces of loot that you spot are on this massive workbench with tools scattered about, and you, Saarebas and Syretia, you're able to spot one, a luminous war pick.
Oh.
You can see it faintly glowing on the desk. Whoops, not the freaking thing. I copied the text like an idiot, not the actual page. There we go. As well as a lyrium shard amulet, which also faintly glows on the desk. Yeah, these are some magic items to divvy amongst yourselves. And then Voheim, to the side of the room, you can perceive a sort of personal footlocker. There are actually more than a couple, but this one is opened and unlocked.
Well, I do the only proper thing and rifle through it.
Well, upon searching from it, you find yet another journal. And this is seemingly from the same owner as the journal before, Rupert de Ostadillo.
I definitely flip through it, skimming, looking for points of interest.
Okay. So to summarize what the writings of this journal entail, this seems to be more complaints about a coworker. Apparently, this miner is complaining that someone named Uldren's guard dog keeps scaring him after every shift. There's a specific quote towards the end that reads, "He takes all of our gold over cards. He'll never shut up, and that thing is the last straw. I am going to report Uldren Vasco to Lord Dufontaine."
Okay. Is guard dog in quotes or capitalized in any way?
It is in quotes.
Uh-huh. Okay. Uldren Vasco.
Uldren Vasco.
Uldren Vasco. Okay, cool. Excellent.
Mitchell, is the link I shared, is that the right one?
I can't view it either, but I did notice that it prompted a book. If you look it up on D&D Beyond or just
I know,
like
I found it
or whatever, it shows up.
Yeah,
Now link another one.
I linked the wiki dot. Is that the right one?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
in case you couldn't tell, that was kind of meant for Noctis.
Yeah, I figured. I just wanted to make sure.
I kinda
Yeah.
assumed.
But yeah, all this was there in session 3.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
But so were these golems
Oh.
too. So were these golems.
Right.
oh yeah, well, there was no way we're getting through all the Kruthix and these guys as well.
No. Maybe if we had started the session down there and had done nothing prior, like if it was all that, we might have been able to get through the basilisks, the Kruthix, and this, but we would have been pretty hurt by the time we got to these golem guys. And we don't have a boom of our own, so.
That's okay.
I give that 5 big booms.
And with that, you all have officially cleared this next level of the dungeon, mapping
Let's go.
all of it out.
All right. Well, how are we going to divvy these up?
Can I have the amulet?
Well, we already know the amulet's meant for Noctis. I think the armor is meant for
I think that's-
Syretia. I could be wrong.
I assumed it was for Saarebas.
It's splint mail, right? It's heavy armor.
Or is it?
I
Well,
believe
I
it's
mean,
medium armor. Let me look.
I would have guessed the war pick was meant for one of the
I
other
think
two.
the war pick was meant for.
These
For
notes were
Voheim.
made, like, again, 8 weeks ago. So, okay, no, split armor is heavy armor, but the
Okay.
magic item weirdly does not specify.
Wait.
Let me look.
It says it's a light, flexible material. If the armor normally it imposes disadvantage on stealth checks or has a strength requirement, the mithril version of this doesn't. So maybe that is Saarebas. I don't know. It doesn't really say, does it? What kind of armor it is?
If you look up in D&D Beyond, it tells you. For some reason, for whatever reason on the link it doesn't. But if you look up within your character page, like if you go to manage inventory and then add items, if you look up mithril, it shows all the mithril items you could get.
Huh. Weird.
So,
The pick.
the
Oh,
armor
yeah, it
can
is
be
heavy.
worn by who? Oh, it's heavy? So,
It is
yeah, that would be
heavy.
Saarebas.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
definitely be
Hold on.
Saarebas then.
I mean, I don't know how
I
reliable
think-
Google AI is, but it says yes, mithril splint mail is considered medium armor in D&D 5th
I-
edition.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on D&D Beyond, like Nick said, and yeah, it says it's listed as heavy armor. So
Hmm.
If this was
half
supposed
plate?
to.
Or change, like, or scale mail would be medium armor.
yeah,
I think Syretia's
it's a
magical
split
item
heavy.
was the arrows that you got
probably, yeah.
pre in session that we first did.
That
There's
was
only
the
three-
thought, yes.
There's only 3 magical items, right? Plus the notebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus the arrows that Syretia already has. Because we cleared out her area already.
So I can take either the armor. I can take the armor because I can wear medium armor without taking any ill effects.
But it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It might be heavy.
armor.
It's
If
heavy
it's
armor.
heavy, then you should take it, and I will take the war pick.
Yeah.
And I take the amulet.
Yeah, the war pick is a one-handed item, but it can be used in 2 hands for a D10 dice.
Oh, it'll be in both of my hands. Trust me.
That's-
I will be swinging away like Meryl in. it'll be good.
All right, while you guys finalize divvying up these items, I'm going to take a quick bio break because I don't know what's wrong with me, and I keep needing to
Do we want to take a bio break
take care
as a
of
group?
myself.
That's
Does
fine.
anyone else need to go
And
do something?
I don't, but if you want to stop the recording while people do it anyways, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll grab a quick snack. Be right
Okay.
back.
Bio break.
Journal that I found, looking specifically at Noctis, and Voheim would say,
I found another one of the journals. It looks similar to the one that you found. This one references some of the same people and seems to shed more light on our good friend Mac and perhaps his origins. At least that's what I infer based on some of the language. This does make sense as to how a golem was found in this place. We've already seen evidence of that. But as to his temperament, I'm not sure. Perhaps there's a way to sever the magical connection between the golem and whatever it's supposed to be protecting. It seems like no one down here was very thrilled at the prospect of this Vasco fellow having Mac as a guard dog. There might be a way to sever the magical connection between some of the golems and this place. You all saw Mac. He's a perfectly fine individual. Makes some excellent food. I'm not so sure as to the temperament of the other golems.
Gesturing to the ground where Sandal killed a bunch of them.
It could be possible to somehow sever that connection, so we should be aware of that.
To be clear, these creatures that lay on the ground in this room are deliberately not golems.
No, these ones are corrupted creatures.
These are rock-like creatures.
But with flesh.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the creature that was guarding the lyrium room, that is indeed a golem.
Right. Do the corpses that Sandal has created, are there just rocks protruding from them, or is there trace lyrium in them?
Make an investigation roll.
Okay. Well, that is 5.
5. You see traces of, well, it seems largely ordinary stone. You detect traces of copper and coal and other common minerals that could be found in deposits in the dales. But largely just ordinary stone.
Okay.
I say we head back to that grate and head downstairs.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You see that Sandal follows you out. And he points at the magic items you've all found and just goes, "Enchantment!" And you can actually see his ears wiggle back and forth.
Enchantment, that's for sure. Let's go, guys.
So you all proceed back down this hall?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, you descend down this hall, and I assume you try to unlock the sewer grate?
Voheim takes out his axe, says,
"Now everyone step back. This is going to be a bit technical."
Are you sure? Okay.
He's moving. If you want to say anything, feel free. He's about to just hit this lock as hard as he can.
I was gonna try maybe a more delicate way, perhaps, if we have something to try to, you know what I mean? Lockpick it? I don't know.
Sure.
And wiggle it around a bit.
Yeah, sure. We'll try it your way.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way we could just, like, I don't say, like, lockpick it, quote unquote, with, like, a dagger.
Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check to lockpick it, Syretia.
Ooh, okay. 22.
Ooh.
Very nice. Like I said, it was a very shabby lock. It was not very complex in any sort of nature. It comes off easily, and you are able to open the grate freely.
I think after she opens it, she has a big smile on her face and looks up at Voheim and be like, "See? Okay, let's go."
Down the stairs.
You may have unlocked it, but you didn't get fun little chunks of metal flying everywhere across the room.
I don't want that. That's gonna hurt. Now let's go.
Well, I mean, it's only hurt if you're not smart about it.
Okay, I don't want to argue about this.
Nicely done, though, with that lock.
Thank you.
Well done.
So you all descend down this grate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If there are no objections, you find yourself in this circular. Calling it a room would not be accurate. There are cobblestone walls all around you, but the ground appears natural, with a small bit of flowing water leading out of the chamber. You can see there's a sort of passageway cut out in the rock, in the cobblestone, leading to a cave.
Well, guys, there's one way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's into the cave, baby.
Makes one ponder whether or not the Orlesians found this cave after building their keep, or if this cave was why they built their keep.
Stay alert. You gotta stay alert, guys.
Voheim tests to see how high the water is.
It's barely an inch or two high. It's very shallow.
Voheim steps
Barely a
cautiously,
creek.
like a child entering a pool, and then once he realizes it's not super deep, he turns to Saarebas and says,
If it gets too deep, I might need you to carry me. Just be aware of that.
Saarebas is going to try to parse if it's a joke or not. He's going to...
Voheim smiles, laughs heartily.
No, I'm serious. I will drown very quickly.
So
Believe it or not, they didn't exactly teach us how to swim in Orzammar.
So do y'all proceed, follow the water into the cave?
Yeah.
May as well.
Okay,
No way
I will
before.
reveal this rather instantly, actually. Whoa.
Whoa. Static.
Sorry. Probably me.
All right. So, I'll reveal that. Before you is a long winding cave system. And as you follow the water, you can see that this slopes slightly downwards. And as you Gmod ragdoll off the walls, you walk and walk and walk
Whoops.
for a minute or two. That's okay.
Trying to drag the
Watch
map.
out! Watch out! Watch out!
Trying to drag the map.
This kind of scared me a little bit.
Sorry.
You find yourselves in the presence of a vast, wide underground ravine, illuminated on all sides by bright blue, glowing gems jutting out of the rocks.
Play.
Do I even need to say it?
No.
Don't touch. Do not touch the rocks.
Understood. And Shirisha's gonna clasp her hands together in front of her again.
I'm not super knowledgeable. How dangerous is lyrium in Dragon Age?
Refined lyrium is relatively safe
Raw
because they
lyrium
make a lot of stuff out of it. There's drinks that you can drink that are made of lyrium. Unrefined lyrium, unless you are a dwarf, it's gonna kill you. If it gets into an open wound, so
It'll
many
send
bad
you
things
into
can
shock.
happen.
Oh, okay.
It's very bad. Yeah.
So, upon admiring this massive ravine, vision can't perceive past what appears to be miles and miles of lyrium chasms.
Like
Oh,
above
hi.
us?
Lifts a
All
finger.
in all directions. It's on the ground, it's on the walls, it's in the ceiling. There are lyrium deposits everywhere.
Voheim lifts his hand up to his ear and just sort of stops for a second, closes his eyes and sort of smiles to himself and says,
Can you all hear it? Listen very carefully.
Make a perception roll, everybody.
Okay. Okay.
22.
Hold on.
Wow. So 22,
25.
22, 25, 11, and...
oh, I'm not rolling.
Okay.
I figured it was it was a metaphorical thing, right?
Well, there is something to perceive
Oh.
as you hear the soft dripping of water droplets off of stalactites, and you hear the soft, very almost non-perceivable hum of lyrium's energy, as well as with our 20+ rolls, the scattering of critters and potential creatures in the distance.
The best lyrium miners do it by ear. Sounds like it's singing.
I think Syretia just has her eyes closed and she's just like doing that, just taking it in. Kind of like what she probably would have done it herself, like before she met the party, like out in the wilderness and stuff when she was like hunting and things. Probably something very similar.
So as you take this in, Syretia,
Mm-hmm.
Odie actually jumps out of your cloak, your trappings,
Mm-hmm.
and shakes his hind excitedly before darting off into the cave.
Odie!
And without listening to you, he runs off into the caverns ahead.
Odie! And she's just gonna like start running after him.
I follow.
After.
As you follow, the air gets dustier and dustier. And you lose him in the darkness. But in the immediate area, you happen upon minecarts, piles of ore, and the beginnings of a railroad track. But it barely scratches the surface of the massive scope of these caverns. Whoever was here before, they didn't get far. You actually see a number of skeletons, much like the ones you found in the dungeons.
Voheim is just sort of has his arms folded, turns and just like goes up to like some of the mine tracks, like the minecart tracks, and kicks it a couple times. Looks over at Noctis and just says,
Rookie mistake. This mine shaft is ramshackle as all get out.
Yeah, Voheim, you look around, and this is a very amateurish setup. It appears the Orlesians were not nearly as prepared as the excavations you were a part of.
This place would not pass any safety inspection across all of Thedas.
If there's one thing for certain, though, you look at their setup, and it appears like the miners were attempting to follow a flow of lyrium. These strands that exude out of the crystals to form a sort of wispy trail in the air that all lead deeper into the dark as you see the cavern continues a downward slope. And all these trails seem to lead deeper.
Odie is still missing?
Mm-hmm. I think
He has run off ahead.
I think yeah. He's ahead of us. He said it's like dusty in here? Like
there is visible dust floating
Okay.
around in the air. It is hard to breathe.
I think
I was hoping we could go back and retrieve the rest of the people, but we probably should get Odie first.
Well, to alleviate that, I'd say it could be hand wave that you could easily double back and signal that this is the safe way forward for everybody.
yeah.
I feel like in character, I would be too. I would rather find him first before we went and looked for everyone else. But I don't know what everyone else would want to do.
I mean,
Well, it's up to you.
Syretia wants to go after Odie, but if everyone else really wants to go back and
We also could
Tell them
say that
first.
before we went down the grate, we told them what all we found and that they should proceed after us down the steps.
Okay, I'd allow that for sure.
Even if it's just in that initial small room down the steps, is to start making your way through the rotunda down
don't
sort
touch
of behind
delirium.
us.
Yeah, they
Yes.
lag about 5-10 minutes behind you. But you inform Shurston, Evangeline, the mages, the Templars, that the safe way forward is through the grate and through this cave system. And as they lag 5 to 10 minutes behind you, you can investigate where Odie has gone.
I
Yeah,
think
Voheim's definitely chasing after Odie because Voheim feels very comfortable down in the mines.
Syretia is
Okay.
too, but she's also gonna pull out an old like handkerchief and like cover her mouth and nose, so for all the dust in here, and just keep going. So she might be a little muffled.
Noctis goes with the flow and follows.
Same here. I'll follow the rest of the group.
Okay. So, continuing downward through this ravine.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. I wanted to cast Speak with Dead on one of the corpses. My last spell slot.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I hate to cut our
No, go
pursuit
ahead.
of Odie, but I figured that'd be helpful.
No, for Pete's sake, ask the dead person what they died of.
So you can see that most of these bodies are what appear to be human remains.
This is my
You see
last spell slot. So is there anyone?
Strips of
Is there
Norwegian
any
armor.
one of them that looks like it would stand out in terms of clothing? Like anything that would designate them as being a superior or anything like that?
I would say you could seek out what appears to be what you could assume to be the foreman of these miners, though they all wear similar attire. What little scraps are left of their remains.
Yeah, I'll try to find the most professional-looking one, then I'll cast Speak with Dead on it.
Well, you find a skeleton adorned in what appear to be very fancy but very worn overalls, as well as a miner's cap. Again, human. And you lean down and begin your incantations. And let me pull up the very specific rules of Speak with Dead.
Yeah.
Question like.
Don't say anything as a question unless it's the question you want to ask.
Yes, Syretia. You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and cannot be undead. It does. The smell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. It wasn't. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. And the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile or recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to the body, only animating its spirit. Thus, the corpse cannot learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events. Okay. Do you have any questions?
All right. Saarebas will invite the rest of the group over and will motion wordlessly to see if they want to ask anything.
I have to think about it.
What'd you die of?
and you can see this corpse rise up, its hat falling off to the side. Pure shadow enveloped us.
The what? I'm sorry. No, that was I
The
couldn't hear you,
shadow.
Mitchell. I
No,
couldn't hear you,
Okay.
Mitchell.
Okay. I won't be cruel. I won't be cruel. I apologize.
Oh my god.
I had like a devilish grin in my brain.
I was about to be like, Annie.
Pure shadow enveloped all of us.
Okay.
Not enough
Okay,
time
thank
to
you.
react. I like how nervous everyone gets with this spell.
Yeah.
Alright, Saarebas is holding one finger up to mark the first question being asked.
Yeah.
Second question. How many exits are there to this cavern?
There are two that we knew of. One through the passageway, initially intended to gain access to this cave system. Another through the storage warehouse, which we made for convenience sake.
Storage warehouse. Okay, that's my second. Alright, so... Anyone else got any questions? Out of character?
Thinking.
You said that in your Nick voice, and I knew you weren't asking a third question.
So sorry. This is above game. The two are the gateway that goes down, and the other one is presumably through the crack, because the storage room is where the golem is. It doesn't
Yes.
change our objective that we have to find a way to like bypass that.
So this is actually bad news, because yeah, if there's only two ways out then.
Not necessarily bad.
Like I
we just
said,
have to.
These, if you can observe the tracks, they didn't get very far at all,
Yeah.
despite their haul in the
There
warehouse.
might still be a way out then. But not if they know of, though.
You did say that they knew of.
Which means there could be more.
There could be more.
Hopefully.
What did you find down there in the caves?
We found what we came for. Lyrium. Abundant riches, enough to set us up for retirement. We've fulfilled the Lord's request and more. But we also found evil. Imminent death. We didn't even know what hit us before it was already too late. These are good questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one.
We have two left, right?
I'm trying to think of one how to phrase it where it would actually be useful.
If you need to, you can use two in a row if you need to elucidate something. I think everyone's asked the question, right?
Yeah, I want to ask more about the shadows, but I don't know what specifically to ask about the shadows.
They said your shadows?
Is this a question to the corpse?
No.
Okay.
I could tell because it wasn't in Noctis's accent either.
This is why character voices are great.
Mhm. It really helps.
If you can pull it off, they're great.
Even if it's bad, it's helpful.
Yeah. Because they said shadows hit them. They didn't see it coming. I think I have a question.
Okay.
Do you know what the shadows wanted? Why they attacked you down here?
How to answer that? I think very carefully before I answer that.
Yeah.
I mean shadows as a feeling. These shadows enveloped us.
It was Mal, probably.
Oh,
If this was,
definitely.
if it was a feeling to be encased in darkness until you were nothing, we sure felt it.
I have a final question, unless, Nick, you have one that you would like to ask.
Nope. Go ahead.
All yours.
Yep.
If we were to escape through the storage room, how would we do it safely without being killed by the golem?
Good question.
Vasco's golem.
No.
Would not harm you if you were to state the name of its master. We all grew into a habit of stating his name whenever we entered or exited the mines. When the shift was done, we would simply emerge through the guardhouse back into the castle, where we would retire for the night. We knew not what would lie at the end of the shaft. But seeing as it only goes deeper, I'm not sure it leads anywhere other than hell. And with that, the corpse loses its animation and falls limp once again.
Well, it seems like we have our password.
Pointing to the journal entry with Aldron Vasco's name.
Now we just need a dragon.
So what are you guys doing now?
We gotta get Odie.
I gotta go find Odie, yeah.
We gotta get our dragon back.
Okay.
That's...
So you want to proceed further into the ravine?
Yeah. Carefully,
Yeah.
of course. But yeah, we're looking for Odie.
So careful not to get into too close of a proximity to the lyrium deposits. You descend down the rocky slope of this ravine. Everything is very dim down here. And you very quickly pass the point where the tracks are laid into an unkempt, wild cave system.
Odineth,
Eventually,
where are you? She's just like
eventually,
looking.
farther into the ravine, there is a surprisingly circular area, relatively clear of rocky rubble. You can see it's very open, very flat, except for a sizable orb-shaped crystal in the middle of the area. It's immediately apparent that sparks of static electricity arc from the surrounding lyrium crystals onto the orb.
This must be the power source that Almander spoke of that made their magic more potent.
Odineth, I swear when I find you, you're gonna be in so much trouble. And she's
You,
just...
Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
Basically, yeah. She's just... Odineth, are you in here? Where are you? And she's just gonna look around for him, see if there's any sign of him.
Use his full name.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's in trouble.
like a frustrated mom.
Upon
Wait,
saying this,
What's Odie's full name?
Odineth.
Odineth.
O-D-Y. Wait.
Odineth.
I'll type it out.
That's cute.
Yeah. Anyway.
upon saying this, Syretia,
Uh-huh.
you feel an ever so slight rumble in the ground beneath you. And this crystal pulsates.
Well, I can see what he was attracted to. It's full of electricity. And I think she's gonna try and, like, steady herself with the trembling ground if she can, however that looks.
It's a very... If there was ever such thing as a soft rumble, like a gentle earthquake, you just felt it.
Mm.
So, can I investigate the orb?
Sure can. Go ahead and investigate.
One second. Investigate.
If it wasn't obvious already, there is no need
That's
for
a-
owlbearer at the moment.
Yeah.
That's 15.
15?
Mhm.
So, as you investigate this orb, what appeared to be crystal at first glance, you can discern to be somewhat more organic in nature. This isn't rock, this is a very hard shell. And upon taking a few steps closer, this orb begins to vibrate. And if there were ever such thing as a gentle explosion, this is what you witness. This is what you perceive. As this orb explodes open. The crackling of the electricity begins to dissipate, and steam arises from the cap that was blown off of this crystal. And out of it slinks a very largely grown version of Odie.
We got bigger.
Odie Renth is what it was. Sorry, Odie Renth with an R. I'll type it in there.
Well, Odie Rinth now approaches you, now a muscular, medium-sized drake, as he proudly absorbs Delirium's energy around him, letting out a quiet shriek as his veins and his spines glow with a radiant blue.
I will say, Natalie, you did tell me your level up ability, and I've just been keeping it a secret the whole time because
well.
you said you didn't want anybody
okay.
to know.
That's fine.
And he approaches you, Syretia.
You can't run off like that. I'm glad you're okay and you've gotten bigger. Wow, you're huge. Don't run off like that, especially when we don't know what's out here. Okay? And she's gonna, like, gently pet his head.
As he looks initially a little ashamed, you pet his head.
Mm-hmm.
To which he begins to nuzzle up to you.
Alright, good boy.
As this Drake Warden has leveled up to a point where her Drake has also leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think he's got wings and I can ride him as a mount now, I think is
Yep.
what it said. I can't ride him.
Yep.
He can fly, but I can't ride him while he's flying. We're not there yet, but I can ride
He's
him
probably
like, you know.
maybe slightly bigger than Saarebas.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it wasn't the power source Almander was talking about. It's just your pet dragon.
You feel better, buddy? You look good.
And you can see, just as he did when he was small,
Mm-hmm.
he lets out a little blep, his tongue hanging to the side.
And not,
Still
like,
the same.
scratch him under his chin, like that. Alright, well, did you find anything while you were down here? Or is it just you? And looks around.
He does
Never
like the
seen
dog
it.
like point, where they make their whole body an arrow. Down into the cavern.
Yeah.
Never seen a dragon absorb lyrium power like that before.
That's, yeah, I didn't know he could do that either. But, hey, they all gotta get big eventually, I guess.
So, at this point, as you all admire and reunite with Odie,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the group of mages follows up behind you. You can see a lot of them still appear tired and scared. And Shurston, upon inspecting the area, just goes, I declare this an appropriate spot to rest if we need it. We must keep moving, but we can at least get our bearings here.
Yeah.
Yes, I recommend everybody take a minute, take a breath, rejuvenate, and for the love of the stone, don't touch the lyrium.
He's been very
You can hear-
adamant about that.
A couple of the students whispering, like, why not? Like, okay, we'll do it as he says. He hasn't been wrong yet. I would heed his warning very astutely, everyone. And you can see Evangeline looking around at all the lyrium around you and just goes, you can see her talking to herself, but out loud. So, this is why Almander chose Dirloch. This is why these students showed such immense arcane potential. And it's why the path to get here has been so treacherous.
It makes sense that he wouldn't want to leave this place. A fortress built right over top a lyrium vein like this. Priceless location.
The way it amplifies magic, I don't think it could be replicated. The perfect spot for another circle. And now,
It's pitiable. Yes, the moment the Inquisition finds out about this, they'll have mining crews in this place excavating every last bit of it.
damn looters. I think everything belongs to them.
Is this Shurston saying this?
That's Evangeline.
Oh, Evangeline. Voheim looks at Evangeline, looks at the lyrium crystals, looks back at Evangeline, and says,
Evangeline, you must forgive me for saying this.
and then he gestures to the students.
And he says, them. They're alive. They breathe. They have joys. Lyrium. It might be pretty, but it's mineral. It's not alive. It doesn't feel fear. And in this moment, despite Allmander's wishes, the lives of these students matter immeasurably more than a lyrium vein.
You're right. Home is where the heart is, as they say. If it were up to me, I'd say we start anew. Well, anywhere safe.
Let's focus on that, shall we?
Right. Well, as much as I'd love to double back, save our dear first enchanter, and send the Inquisition packing, I'm not sure the students are up for it in this condition.
I don't know.
Voheim goes over to Noctis. What? This, you said the students are looking pretty rough.
They look very tired and scared. Not necessarily incapable,
Right.
but clearly not meant for full-on battle.
Voheim goes over to Noctis.
Oh
Says,
boy.
Noctis. Now might be
Yeah.
a really good time for one of your motivational speeches. The students look like they're running out of steam.
You look around, and yeah, there's a lot of muttering, a lot of whispering between people, mutterings of uncertainty. There's people like Neil and company who still look sick to their stomach at the stress of this situation. Yet there are a couple of students that continue to practice their magic, keep up on their lessons that they've learned in the school. A variety of reactions, to say the least.
I mean, I can try, but okay. Hey, Saarebas. How do you feel about lifting me up a little bit? Maybe let me sit on your shoulder.
Saarebas will sigh, and then he'll lift Noctis onto his shoulder as they want to speak, and I'll go ahead and cast guidance for
yes.
for good
All right.
measure.
Oh, by the way, how late into the evening is it? Like, how many hours before dawn?
It's close, but it's definitely
Okay.
still night.
Okay.
It's hard to tell being underground.
All right.
Time for motivational speaker.
I believe in you.
That'll make one. Because I do not. Noctis is just gonna like wave and be like, everyone.
Everyone, having remembered very recently that you gave a rather rousing speech to rally everyone into an evacuation, everyone is very quick to put their eyes and ears onto you.
Okay. Everyone, I know that it's been hard and that you're tired and you probably feel defeated. But do not forget, this here, all of us here together in this room, I think this is the best victory that we could have had. And although it's not over yet, as long as we all stick together as a circle, as a family, I think we're all going to make it. It's just one more push and we're out.
Roll a performance check.
With your guidance.
I would.
What's the guidance?
It's a D4, right?
Plus D4, yep.
Yeah.
I cast daylight using my luminous war pick.
Wow.
Right as you finish your speech.
Make performance with advantage then.
Amazing.
Plus a d4.
Play. Let's go. Performance. What's my performance? It's +5. $24.
Nice.
24. So, the energy of this space in the cavern, this flat space everyone has congregated into, you can feel the energy is certainly roused upon hearing your little speech. For a second time, you have uplifted the spirits of all these mages, who look with determination that, yeah, we will survive this. Yeah, we just need to go a little bit further. They won't catch us. We'll persevere. And you see, there are some students that are rearing to go. Some that want to traverse further into this ravine. Others, while their spirit is certainly bolstered, need a moment of rest, a moment of respite before they continue. But one thing's for certain. No one is resorting to cowardice.
The team working together to make speeches.
You see a couple students approach you like, thanks, that really meant a lot.
Well, I believe it. We're a team.
It's sad those we lost, but I think at the end of the day, I think most of us are going to be okay.
You see? Mourn the lost. But never feel bad for making it yourself. Save who you can. And remember who you couldn't.
And they will be remembered.
Yes, they will.
You can see the two students that you once taught, Saarebas, going like, I think I'm going to come up with a new spell and name it after our friends.
Oh.
And Evangeline steps up and just go, thank you for everything that you four have done. It means the world. But I do have one more favor to ask of you, and I'm afraid it is larger than I would like.
And what is that?
Elmander was very clear with his words when we started this. We were recruiting students, not conscripts. These students, they're not meant for battle. Whatever we may face back there or down there, they're not ready.
We'll take the lead.
I hesitate to ask, but they are not fighters like you. If you could...
don't even need to ask.
Thank you. Some scouting ahead. Clearing of the path. It might just be the last thing we need to preserve what's left of Dirloch.
What'd you keep us around for? That's why we're here.
I would assist, but I have the child to look after. You can see Dove is like, her whining, her distraught crying has been completely silenced at the sight of all this beautiful glowing lyrium.
Voheim cracks open his backpack, takes out some rations, and just starts moving amongst the three of my companions, offering them some of my rations.
Yeah.
Which, according to D&D Beyond, consists of travel-ready food, including jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and nuts. So Voheim is just breaking out the snacks.
Amazing.
It's not as good as Hannon's cooking, but down in the mines it will have to do.
Thanks, Voheim. And then I think
Yeah,
Syretia will
thank
eat
you.
some of her rations and then get some of it, also give a little bit of it to Odie, too. Probably like the nuts or something, whatever he'll eat.
So, above game, this is probably the last like major push of the campaign. You have some time to get in a long rest, as I promised. You have
Awesome.
some time to prepare, to chat amongst yourselves. This would be your chance to make any conversations with each other or any NPCs before there's no more opportunities to rest. This is your big glaring red light that says point of no return.
I was gonna say,
essentially.
yeah. Oh, boy.
So while you think of this stuff, any last things to bring up? Any last things to do to prepare? I need one last bio break because I've been drinking nonstop.
Sounds good. Okay.
So, yeah, any last comments? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Max?
I'm just waiting, just in case. Like I said, at all in any given time, I have so many instances of me, like a crazy person, monologuing to myself in character, as though I was talking to your characters for different situations.
Amazing. I think Syretia's probably just hanging around Odie, just like resting up. I think at one point she actually looks over at Voheim and then she's like has a face like she's thinking about maybe saying something, but ultimately decides like, no, it's not important, and just keeps like.
Does Voheim see that?
I mean, she doesn't try to hide it. She's just kind of like looking at him like, but I don't want to bother him right now.
Voheim struts over, still holding his rations out, and plops down next to you, and just sort of absent-mindedly takes some of the rations and just sort of tosses them over to Odie, and says,
Which he catches out of the air.
You wanted to say something to me?
No.
Well, that's funny, because usually when people stare at you for extended periods of time like that, it usually means they have something on their mind.
Was I staring?
Yes, and since I didn't hear your voice in my head like last time, you might need to use your outside voice.
Sorry, I that's rude. I shouldn't have been staring. No, I was just thinking about getting through this and going to see the Grey Wardens, and I don't know. It should be the last thing I should be thinking about right now, I feel like. But
What are you going to ask them when we reach them?
she pauses for a minute. And it's clear she's thinking about something. And in her hand, you see she's like fiddling with her dagger.
mm-hmm.
And then she's just like, mentally, she's like, screw it. She's like, I'm actually looking for one of them. He was a friend of mine that left, and I don't know where he went. He didn't tell me. So I was gonna ask if they've seen him or if they knew where he might have gone. If they, like, had some big recall or something. Maybe they call all the Grey Wardens back for whatever reason. I don't know how they work. I've only know the very bare bones of their organization. But
Voheim, with no, like, sort of ulterior, nothing on his face, but just sheer curiosity, says,
What's your relation to this Grey Warden? Family friend?
he, found Odie and I shortly after I came through to Thedas, and he basically taught me a lot of things.
Oh, I see. So when you met Ten, it was kind of a fair's fair situation then for you.
What does that mean?
Paying it forward, you know.
Oh,
You see somebody from the Fade, lost, potentially helpless, needed helping. It's a good thing that person. Well, what's this Grey Warden's name? Maybe I heard his name when I was at Vigil's Keep.
he's, Kerrigan. He's an elf. He has, like,
Well, I won't hold that against you.
What does that mean? He's really
Oh,
nice.
nothing. Oh, well, if
I
you
think-
say he's a nice elf, I believe you.
He's got, hold on. I actually have a pic crew. Let me look at his pic crew, because I'm trying to remember what he looked like. Yeah, no, he has black hair. It's kind of short. He keeps it short. I think he had green eyes. Let me double check. Sorry. It's been a minute. Yeah, he has short black hair that's kind of a little messy, and he has green eyes and freckles on his face. He's not Dalish, so he doesn't have, like, the Dalish markings. He's a city elf.
I see.
so this is a question for the DM.
Okay.
Considering Vigil's Keep as being the sort of hot spot for the Grey Wardens, is there any shred of possibility that this specific Grey Warden is out and about enough that I, as Voheim, would have heard about this person, seen him in passing?
No roll required. I'd say it is certainly not impossible, but very slim. Grey Warden numbers have come back in abundance over the years. And you have met many, and to the point where a lot of them have blended together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that getting to Vigil's Keep and getting some answers is a perfectly reasonable thing to want to do. And I'm sure we'll find your friend.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad. It's kind of an ulterior motive for asking, but I haven't seen him in a long time. I've been worried.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Syretia, I would be more concerned about you if you were legitimately just fascinated by the Grey Wardens to that extent. The fact that it involves you wanting to see an old friend is a bit more exciting for me as an errand.
I mean, I am fascinated by them, but it's more to do with making sure he's okay. And I've got questions for him, too, so. If we can
And that
find him.
dagger you're holding is that his?
Yeah, and she'll, like, actually turn it, and on the hilt, there's initials engraved. It says K and S. It's their initials. He gave it to me after my first success.
May I?
Sure. And she'll, hand it over.
Voheim looks at the hilt, looks at you, looks back at the hilt, looks back at you, and says,
Oh, all right. I see what's going on here.
What are you talking about?
I lived in Orzammar. All right? Stones on every side. The number of these things that I saw carved into the walls is staggering. Half the time, if you were lost in the dark, you could find your way by feeling for the initials.
I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, you don't? Ah, of course. Oh, yes, yes. Good friend, I'm sure.
Yes?
You know, I am rather stupid in many things. However, I find it fascinating. Grey Warden giving someone a very specially engraved weapon like this one. It's good craftsmanship. It's an expensive knife.
Yeah.
You don't go throwing somebody else's initials on it unless you really want to make an impression on the person it's given to.
No, he said his parents, his family were weaponsmiths, so he probably got it from one of them.
He passes it back. And again, not wanting to like embarrass you or anything, because we're not like, this isn't a conversation for everyone. It says,
Oh, you can feel free to speak freely about this Kerrigan with me again. We'll find him.
I think after that, it hits her what I think Voheim was alluding to, and she kind of blushes a bit. I'd be like, yeah. She's like stuttering. No, I'm glad I told you. I've been keeping that to myself, and after everything that's happened, I don't want to, leave things left unsaid, I guess. So.
I understand. My parents' relationship was very interesting. You see, my mother married down by marrying my father. He was a minor class, she was not. And it goes against practically every code in Orzammar to do so. And, made things complicated. But the fact is, their love was much stronger than any of the pressures around them. And so, here I am, as a byproduct of their love for one another, that managed to break through all of the impediments. And if distance is the thing that's keeping you away from this Kerrigan, we'll have to close that distance for you.
I think for the first time, and ever since the whole thing with Mal went down, she actually smiles like a genuine smile, and she's like, thank you, I appreciate that.
But don't expect me to go to any Grey Warden parties. They are so boring.
I've never been to one, really?
You don't want to go. Not only that, but their food, terrible.
What do they do?
They think that military rations equate to fine dining. It's really quite sad.
I meant more, what do they do with their parties, not what they eat.
They tell the most boring stories you've ever heard.
About what? Darkspawn? Or...
No, just minutia. It staggers the mind. It's like they don't want to be perceived a certain way. Everyone's all buttoned up. I hate it.
That doesn't sound like Kerrigan unless he's... Well, he wasn't around other Grey Wardens when he was around me, though, so maybe he didn't have to pretend.
No, once I get the money back to my kin, maybe we will visit one of their parties and show them how it's done.
I think that could be fun, assuming that they don't hate us afterwards. Or I don't want to get Kerrigan in trouble either. So.
Don't worry, we won't embarrass you that much.
Oh. Wait until you see how much you've grown. And she'll look over at Odie. He's gonna be surprised.
I'll say, again, I've never seen something like that.
No more nipping at his ankles, either. He used to do that to Kerrigan all the time. It drove him crazy.
Voheim
He's
tosses
lost in
him some-
chasing his own tail.
tosses over some more rations
And says, I need to speak with the others before this final push that Noctis mentioned.
Okay. Well, thanks for the talk. It feels a lot better to get that off my chest.
Well, don't you worry. Vigil's Keep, here we come.
Absolutely. And then I think once Voheim goes off, she's gonna be, Odie, you need to lay down, you need to rest, like, just doing the whole pet owner thing. Basically, like, companion
He's
thing.
exciting. He's
Yeah.
excited. You
Yeah.
can see him testing out a few sparks out of his breath.
You gotta be careful, you're gonna hurt somebody. Please, don't hurt anyone.
You can see him trying to practice gliding as well best as he can.
Yeah, in a small space. Smallish space.
Does anyone else have anything else to say to any other PC or NPC?
I do, but I will wait.
Noctis, Saarebas.
Saarebas is actually going to move to talk to Syretia.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's as lumbering and as clumsy as he can be. He's almost nervously approaches her, not used to these heartfelt talks as much as he is fighting. So he approaches her and sort of stands there, trying to grasp the words, hoping to not appear too awkward as she stares up at him assumedly.
I think at some point she just gives up, like, trying to get Odie to calm down. She'll, like, look over and see Saarebas, like, oh, hi. Is everything okay?
It's... I hate to bring things down. I simply wanted to speak with you about some important things.
Alright. Sure. What's going on?
If what that demon said was true, and the child is dangerous to the Fade, what would that mean for any of us?
I don't really know. I mean, you've seen her. She doesn't look like she could... I mean, then again, we don't know the full extent of whatever power she has, but the way that she looks at us, I couldn't imagine her wanting to hurt anybody. You know?
I should hope so. More importantly, is her existence... is that a danger to yours?
That's what Mal thinks. Me, I'm not so sure.
Forgive me for overstepping my boundaries, but it appears as if you and that demon may have a personal connection of some sort.
I want nothing to do with him, but he seems to think he can sway me into being on the same side as him, maybe? I don't know. It scares
Whatever the
me.
circumstances. Well,
sorry.
whatever the circumstances are, I won't pry. It seems that most of us have pasts that we'd want to keep hidden, at least in some way.
Okay, DM, I have a question.
Answer.
So Syretia, before meeting him in the Fade, Mal, she's never met him before, right? Like, she had no idea who that was? Like, no prior knowledge at all?
Nope.
Okay, that's
You
what
got
I
the
thought.
sense of what he was, and he got the sense of what you are, but that's it.
Did she get the sense that he knew about her? In some way?
No.
Like, okay.
Not personally.
Okay. She'll just be like, Saarebas, forgive me. I don't know him. I've never met him before in my life, not until we all did back in the Fade. So if he knows me in some way, I don't know of it. I don't think he does. I think he just saw that we were of a similar nature and thought maybe, I don't know, just it'd be easier to get me to do what he wanted.
This is why I dislike conversation like this. I would never mean to imply that you
No,
hide anything.
you're fine. It's okay, really.
the intricacies of speaking are evidently lost on me. I simply wanted to let you know that if you are conflicted in any way of what's to come, I understand.
Well, I certainly don't want anything to happen to Dove. I've never wanted anything to happen to her, but I'm also... I don't know. I'm choosing to believe that she wouldn't hurt me, from what I've seen. And if I'm wrong about that, I guess we'll find out eventually.
Well, I admire your conviction, to be sure. I am not sure I'd make the same decision if I were placed in your shoes.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I would ever want is to end up like Mal. Just a being of hatred and anger and malicious intent, so to speak. I'd rather just be the annoying person who asks questions all the time and just wants to learn new things and help people. That's who I've always been. I'm not gonna let that change anytime soon if I can help it. Despite what may have happened back there, I'm not gonna let that happen again.
I admit that's reassuring to hear. I was worried that your optimistic disposition was to be damaged, but I hope my fears were unfounded.
That's understandable. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's the last thing I want, is to anyone to think that I would ever mean harm to anybody that didn't, well, that wasn't in self-defense or trying to protect somebody.
That's good. There are enough people like me in the world. There should be more like you.
I don't think you're that bad. You've only helped people. From what I've seen, I mean, you taught those students magic. You've helped Noctis with their speech. You're like Voheim's
Multiple
best friend,
times.
I think. I don't know. You two get along really well. I don't know. Whatever you might think about yourself, I think other people think very, very positively about you. From what I've seen. Despite what you may have been through or what other people may have said about you. I like to focus on the right now.
Yeah, the 7-foot-tall armored juggernaut is bashfully almost like, you know, towing the ground, embarrassed at the praise being put onto him.
Amazing. I think playfully she's just gonna like playfully punch him like on the arm or something. Like, just give yourself some credit, okay?
Well,
or at least try to. I know
if
that's
both
not
you
always
and
easy.
Voheim seem to think so, I will attempt to do so.
I know that's probably easier said than done, but you know, worth trying.
Well, then I will leave you to it. Whatever you and your friend are going to
He's chasing
do.
his tail. It's fine. Trying to keep him from zapping someone with his new breath.
Saarebas will nod very stiffly and slowly step away, unsure how to end the conversation without.
So, as this conversation comes to a close, Saarebas, you see Syretia return to her joyful companion. You see all the mages sharing rations of their own, telling stories of hope. You see Noctis and Voheim readying themselves of the dangers to come, until all sound begins to drown out, until you just hear And as you hear this slow clapping just outside of your peripheral, hidden in shadow, you see a very scaled down, person-sized version of Mal leaning against the rocks, admiring you and your conversation.
Ew.
My, you are a perceptive one.
Is he appeared to anyone else?
No one else seems to show any reaction.
My Saarebas' hand is immediately going to hover over his weapon.
No need. I am merely a projection. Though you should know I am close. I am forever close. And we are nearing the end.
Have you appeared to tell me something? Or to simply antagonize me needlessly?
You know what Syretia is, do you not? Surely one as perceptive as you will have figured it out by now.
I would assume she is a being of the fate of some sort, like yourself.
I see. So you have figured it out. Then you should know her fate and my own are intertwined. You fight for not only my end, but you fight for hers.
That's unfortunate, but not my call to make. She has more conviction than few others I've met, and understands the difficulties of what's to come. She's made her choice. I won't make it for her.
Then how about you make a choice of your own for a change? You and I, tapping into one another's power. Think of what we could do. What you could do for once. Aren't you tired of using your power for the sake of others?
I must ask you one thing, and it's something that's bothered me for a long, long time. If you would answer honestly, which I doubt, I must know. I've been around so many different kinds of people. And yet this obsession with power, of controlling others, remains ever present. And not once have I ever understood why.
What is to understand, mighty Saarebas? If power is within your reach, you'd be a fool not to grasp it. It is a weakness not to take it.
I see. We have nothing left to discuss. Disappear.
You discard my invitation so casually. It's not unexpected, but nonetheless disappointing. Are you sure you want to continue this path? For deeper into this chasm lies your salvation, but also your doom.
If that is the
Last
case,
chance.
it'll be my choice to make and not yours.
Ah, your choice. Isn't that what matters at the end of the day? I'm sure you'll tell yourself that, even when you're several feet under.
Perhaps. It's impossible to tell the future after all. Mayhaps you'll be telling yourself the same thing.
We will see. As his shadow begins to disapparate into the shadows cast by the rocks around him.
Saarebas is going to hawk a loogie and just spit it out unpleasantly, like he just tasted something bad.
What a king. Pop off, king. You tell him.
So, Voheim, though you are the least gifted in magical potential compared to everyone around you, you have a unique connection to the stone, the earth of Thedas. And around you, you feel the terrain, this underground gravel and rock, and something feels off as you admire the lyrium around you and the wispy strands that seem to form trails further into the darkness. You get a sense of corruption. You get a sense of something unnatural taking place. Noctis, several mages come up to you, eternally thankful and honestly surprised that their main source of inspiration came from none other than a blood mage. Mages express their gratitude, but also their surprise and their changed worldview. With you around, they truly believe anything is possible.
Oh.
And Syretia, as you comfort Odie in his new form, you see, as he nuzzles you, as he shows his love and loyalty for you, his head suddenly perks up.
Oh no.
I'm gonna look where he's looking.
And as you look into the darkness below where he gazes, you hear in the back of your head, internally, just one word. Help.
Do I know that voice?
No. And that's where I'm going to end the session.
Fuck! Damn it. Oh no.
And we're good.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it wouldn't be more than 3 hours.